All right, here's the Sea Reefer P500 G2 Plus. Got a nice ocean kind of swell with the wave going. Not sure you could see that on camera. There's the surface agitation. Some of the fish inside. Got the lighting. The automatic feeder. I like what it looks like through the long side, and here's the short side. Again, I don't have an orange filter, so it is what it is. Here are doors opening. Turn the lights on. Yeah. All right, this is the control section with dosing, pretty much the hydros with different controls, and then the AI stuff for the controls, and here's the 4-part doser. Down there we have 3 tubes. One is a saltwater fill, one is a saltwater drain, and the other is the ATO. So there's a automatic top off as well as automatic water change. So that's the first compartment with the temp controllers just behind it. Kind of dark. I have a UPS that basically backs up the XP8 just in case there's a power loss. We've got 2 outlets that are monitored with Home Assistant for wattage and control. And back here you have basically all the power supplies. The 2 smaller ones are the lights, and then that big one is the Kraken for all the DC components. And then here you have another temp controller. It's currently off because of the temperature, summer right now. And then here's a wave maker controller. All right, opening this up, you can kind of see what the sump now looks like. The skimmer is kind of it's currently off because it just did an auto water change. So after auto water changes, the skimmer turns off for about 2 hours. At that time, I also do a cup cleanup. So I've cleaned the cup, and then above it is just a 3D printed carbon filter for the air. It gets kind of stinky. It does have a CO2 scrubber this line is attached to. So that CO2 scrubber pulls air from the outside. It's down there. And it has a sponge that holds RODI water to keep it humidified. And then it also has the color changing media, so it's getting there. So first section, you got the return, kind of quiet right now. Then you have filter mats, the skimmer, and then back there is a DIY GFO carbon reactor. And then you've got an AI Nero just for circulation, and there's a 9-watt UV, a little undersized, but it is there for now. I'm looking at resizing it. Behind you have also you got temp probes down there and a grounding probe. Back here you have salinity and pH.
salinity right now is just covered with that temporary tube because micro bubbles is an issue when the skimmer has micro bubbles coming out. Right now, it's not normal. It's just because I have what is that? Prezi Pro, which over skims, and I keep the skimmer on just for a lot of aeration. Microalgae inside with the rocks, and then there's let's see, yeah, there's just rocks in there. Potato that's not really growing. It looks like it's getting smaller. And then the return section, you've got a dual return pumps with dual check valves, and right behind it there's a little wave maker that does the dosing stir. Well, it stirs the doses that come in from the Red Sea 4 part. And that's pretty much the sump. Lots of stuff going on, but it's not too bad. The wiring is inside of these channels, so you can kind of see they're hidden. And there you go. Oh, you know what? I changed the orientation. Should I go back to this? Ah, that's going to be interesting. There you go. So that's it. I'll do a zoom out with the door open so you can see. Everything kind of fits in there. Maintenance is not so bad. Yep. And zoom out a little more. And behind it, I basically have the, there's like a mud room here with a saltwater bin. And I've got a, just a mechanical filter, pushing fresh salt water out of that bin. And then I have the RO bin on the other side there. That's just pure RO, and that's also the auto top off. So that's all plumbed in with those 3 tubes that come in here. And they all come out to here. So one is the saltwater fill, one is the ATO fill, and then back there is another pump with the saltwater tank drain. And then if you look down, let's look down here, you could see the water level sensor. So that top one is the water level sensor for that return chamber. Bottom one's water level sensor for the sump low, and it drains maybe almost 5 gallons. Kind of interesting, but yeah. Right now we are a little bit over because this is in a crest wave mode, and when it goes into that crest wave mode, it tends to push a lot of water down the drain. Just because it's so, yeah, the wave has a lot of pressure. And then when it comes off of that, then more of the return fills that upper area. I think that could hold an extra 5 gallons, so in case anything happens to the dual drains, there's a primary drain and an emergency drain. If both of those somehow get clogged, then hopefully the top part should be able to hold 5 gallons and not overspill. But if it does spill, we've got an emergency shut off with the leak sensor down there. So that's the tank tour. And I've got 3D printed, I made those myself. It didn't actually fit on my 3D printer, so I had to print it in 2 parts. I have a X1 carbon, so it kind of like spliced it in the middle And it fits there just fine. Keeps light out of my eyes. This is quite a tall tank, so for me this is eye level. I kind of have to, like, you know. All right. That's it for the tank tour. Let's close it up. Turn these lights off. Motion sensitive lights would be a nice thing. Could probably do it. It's not really an issue to just press a button. Plus, it always keeps the light on. So I have motion sensitive lights in other areas, but my main problem is that when I'm working and I'm looking at something, sometimes it goes off and I have to like wave my arms and flail at it to just get it to trigger. So push button I think is all right. And in case you want extra lighting, that's good too. But that's it. The red Sea Reefer P500 G2 Plus.